All right, all right. This video I'm titling My Two Cents. I want to talk a little bit today about something that's kind of near and dear to me, and that's my understanding of the way I live my life. It's very important that I focus on three things in my life for me. And those three things are my mind, body, and spirit. And the reason I'm creating this video is because I love sharing information. That's one of the things that I love to do. I love to gain information. I love to share it. Now, this is a ad lib video. I'm not reading a script. I'm not making any of this up. I'm just giving you my 2 cents. Now, I want to talk about the creator just for a minute. The creator that I believe in allowed us to be able to become creators as well. And once we decide what we want to create, there's a lot of things in the universe that work together to allow us to create that. I truly believe that. I also believe that everything you want is right on the other side of what you fear. So identify what it is you really, really want, what it is you really would like to do. And then you tell me if your fear of that keeps you away. Because I would say yes, it does. And if it doesn't, then you're not close enough to it. Because as you get closer to being able to accomplish that, that fear that you know is within you will show up. It'll raise his head and say, I don't think you're going to do that, buddy. So it's up to you to overcome that fear. Now, once you're able to overcome that fear, everything you want is right on the other side of that. What? You don't believe me? It's absolutely true. We have the ability to do everything we want to do. We have it. You can come from nothing and become everything to everybody. What? Nothing is everything to everybody, right? No, that's not possible. But you can be something to somebody. And it's not difficult. You may think you are now, but the direction that we all need to be going, and I can say we all because I can collectively put everybody under this umbrella. We should be sharing information. Now, the best way to be paid for the information we share is to become an expert on that information. Now, thanks to the internet, we can share that information in a number of ways. In a host of ways, you can tell people, let people know who you are, what it is that you do, and how to get in contact with you so that you can help them get what they want. Because believe it or not, the more people you help get what they want, the easier it is for you to get what you want. Now, mindset is very important when you're dealing with different things in life, because I'm also a firm believer that we speak things into existence. So if you've been conditioned to automatically, and I know people like this, if you've been conditioned to automatically say, I can't, or I don't think I can, or that won't happen for me. When you start the sentence off of that, it's the same thing that happens when you start the sentence off with I can. The universe starts to align itself, if you will, so that you can get it. So when you say from your mouth, not from my mouth, when you say from your mouth that you can't, this same universe starts to put up walls to guarantee that you can't. I know you don't believe it, but it's true. Now, let me ask you this question. Do you believe that it's possible that just because you don't know it, that it's true? Because you don't know everything. And there are things that as you gain that knowledge, as you learn those, it opens doors. It gives you a different perspective on things like creating videos, creating audios, writing books, giving speeches. All those things you may not be doing right now, but if at one point, at one day in your life, you notice that you're doing all of those, can you imagine the change that has gone through you? Not only are you doing them, but you're getting paid from each of those avenues. Not just change or not just minimum wage, but you're getting paid the type of money that allows you to live the lifestyle that you want. All based on your knowledge and the knowledge that you continue to gain about what you enjoy. You enjoy, not me, you. How cool is that, right? Let me go right back to the creating part right quick because I wanted to make certain that I got this to you today. As creators, think of it as molding, okay? If I had a sculpture of you and I gave it to a potter to mold this clay in the same form that you are, the same form that I gave him or her, and I went back about 3 months and it was perfect, just perfect. I mean, everything was identical. It was so realistic and so lifelike that I wanted to pay the person more than I had originally agreed to. That's how much I liked it. That's how well of a job that person did. Guess what? We as individuals are also sculptors of our own life. And at the end of our life, that's the sculpture that we actually molded together ourselves. What is yours going to look like? Are you going to be happy with the results? And for you to say, no, that's not my doing, you're in denial because you make the choices in your life. You make the decisions from the day to day, from the minute to minute. You make those decisions, nobody else. So once you make a decision, you have to live with the consequences of that decision. So you want to make a series of good decisions, right? Wouldn't you? Wouldn't that make sense to you? For growth, if nothing else, that you want to grow, you need to make some good decisions. Now, you only do that with knowledge. You have to gain knowledge. So ask yourself this: how do I gain knowledge? If the way you gain knowledge is watching television, you're not gaining knowledge. You're being conditioned. They have commercials designed to play at specific times that guide you to certain places. That is not gaining knowledge. That is sending you to a place to spend your money. Now, gaining knowledge is when you set aside a specific time that you study a specific thing. Right? That's not difficult. But most people don't do that. That's why most people go around sharing information that's been shared via radio, television, or the internet, rather than, in other words, it's general information rather than specific information. Specific information gets you rich. It gets you paid. We all know everything, right? Literally. I mean, come on. Well, if what I don't know, I can go look up, but I won't be an expert at it. So what you want to do is focus on what you can become an expert on. And as quickly as possible, right? You want to become an expert as quickly as possible. Let me tell you one of my favorite words: perspective. It's not what I am to you, it's what you are to you. When you think about me, you compare me to you. You shouldn't do that. When you think about that person, you compare yourself to that person. You shouldn't do that. That's the wrong perspective to have. You want to have the perspective that you're not competing, you're creating a product or a system just like I did, with the same opportunities. All you want are the same opportunities that I had. And that's not difficult to get, that result. But you need to be mindful going in of a few things involved with that. But I'm going to end this video by saying the reason I created this little segment was to give you an extra view of who I am and what I do. Now, my name is Larry James. I've been in business for the last 5 years. My company is called speakwithlarry.com. And what I do is I help you set up the foundation of your online business. And I also help you get more comfortable speaking about your business. Now, that's a win-win for you because most people have a fear of speaking. And speaking in front of a camera will allow you to get more comfortable speaking in front of an audience. And think about the people that you watch that are entertainers or that are marketable people. These people are speaking constantly because that's how you know who they are. They've been invited to this venue to speak about a certain product or about whatever it is that they're doing, and they're getting paid to do that. And you can do that same thing. I do that too. That's what you want to do, because when you're creating, people are going to have interest in it. And certain people have already created something that we call platforms that you can get on and it'll catapult you to the next level. And then that will catapult you to the next level. That's the way it works. So let's get in the game. My name is Larry James, speakwithlarry.com.